we're pleased to welcome Gavin Rae to the show. Good evening, Gavin.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you tonight? You okay?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
I want to start by talking about your involvement with sports careers. See, it's something that you've probably looked at for after your playing career finishes. I mean, what got you involved in that sort of setup?
It's just it's a means to help people towards, players, coaches, managers, physios, sports scientists, fitness coaches, everything to do with football to start with. Basically focusing on football to start with, just because of, Davy Weir and myself's contacts are mostly within football. That's where we probably, know more people, but we're going to branch out into cycling and rugby and swimming a lot, over time. But it's basically just a thing to help people towards the end of careers. Like myself, I'm obviously coming towards the end of my career, looking to do something after, getting myself set now so that when I do finish, I'm ready to go. Whatever transition I make, whether it be still in sport or without sport, into commercial work, it's to help people like that. It's to help young apprentices that maybe don't, make the grade as much as they would have liked and drop out the full-time football game, and then they have to go into commercial work or try and get a different club. It's basically just a means to help people to try and make a career transition easier when it does come to that time.
I believe David Weir's involved in it as well. Was it something that you spoke about at length for a couple of years before you started everything up?
Yeah, we've obviously been toying with the idea that Davy Weir, myself, and another guy, David Chalmers, who's got his own CV company, but his background's in recruitment, so we'd all been in contact and we're quite close as friends. Just came to the idea, and then we talked about it and how it was going to work, and the dynamics of it, and what we wanted to do, what services we wanted to give to people, and then from there it just took off. And obviously we launched in June, and it's been really busy. And as I say, it's just to try and help people, in the same sort of position that I'm in just now, towards the end of my career, and just having to think about what they're going to do next, and we'll try and help as many people as we possibly can,
Mm-hmm. And obviously you've also qualified for your UEFA B and UEFA A licences as well. You're coaching at Dundee at the moment. Do you want to step upstairs full time, maybe into a management role, or is it more?
I've done my coaching badges just so that I had that option. I'm not really sure how it will go. I mean, there's such a scarcity of jobs, in full time management in football. It's a difficult climate, but I think if I did get the opportunity and somebody asked me to do it, then I certainly wouldn't turn it down. But I'm just trying to build up that experience and trying to do as much as I can before that, if that was to happen. So I've got experience of if it does happen, that I'm not just jumping straight in it. I've done a little bit before, and the manager's asked me to take the reserves team this year at Dundee, which is great experience for me, and getting to learn that side of it as well, and as well as obviously still playing and training away. So it's been really enjoyable. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's an enjoyable time.
Do you ever get some of the more experienced pros down into the reserves, or is it more a youngster-based team now that you're in charge of that?
We haven't actually had our first game yet. Our first game's next week, but it'll definitely be for ones that aren't maybe getting as much game time as they would like, and the manager thinks they maybe need to keep their match sharpness up. So it'll be a mixture of the experienced ones, first team pros, with the under 19s and 17s stepping up, whoever's doing well, and the manager wants them to progress into playing reserve team football. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of team we can put out. We've got quite a big squad, all together, but hopefully it'll work out all right.
Obviously, you're in your third spell at Dundee at the moment. Having you spent majority of your career there, were you a Dundee fan as a young boy? I know you were from Aberdeen, but I'm an Aberdeen fan, but I grew up in Aberdeen, as you know, and a kid here in the 80s when Aberdeen were excellent, and my dad, he supported Aberdeen, so he used to take me along to the games, and we don't live far from Pittodrie anyway, so I used to go to all the games when I could, when I wasn't playing football myself. So I've definitely grown up an Aberdeen fan, and obviously total soft spot for Dundee as well, because obviously I've been there for most of my career as well, so that's a club that's been special to me over my career, and I appreciate that. And obviously I'm back there just now and loving it, but if you ask me who I supported as a kid, it would be Aberdeen, definitely.
So I guess when the chance came to sign for them, it was where do I sign? Not no thinking about it or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing. I enjoyed the second spell at Dundee. I loved it. We're doing well. And, I was playing good football with a good footballing team, and Barry was the manager who I knew, and everything was going well. But I had the opportunity, obviously, to sign for the team I supported as a kid, and to move back home, and for my family as well. It was great for them to see my family. My wife and my two kids have been away from Aberdeen for years, so it was great for my mum and dad, obviously, to interact with them every day, which I've not been used to being away playing football. So it was just too good an opportunity to turn down.
Yeah, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the floor to the other guys now. I'll throw it open to Mike first. I know he's done a bit of research and things. And he'll fire a few questions your way, Gavin.
Yep. It's from Danny Franks, and it says, how gutted were you coming off on your debut against Celtic for Rangers?
Yeah, no, it was obviously. It was gutting. I'd been carrying a slight hamstring problem when I went to Rangers, and they all knew about it. Obviously, the doctor and my medical and that. Obviously, get the full scan, the MRI scans, and that. And everyone was showing up. It was okay. It was recovering, and I was training all week leading up to the game. And it's one of them that, because I hadn't played a while for Dundee due to the hamstring injury, you're just hoping it was all right. But getting into the game, and pretty much after like 20 minutes, I think I made a sprint into the box, trying to get on the end of the ball, and just felt it go again. So it was horrible. It was a horrible way to start a career at a new club. You obviously want to go there and set up a good impression, and it was all positive leading up to the game, and to get a chance to play in such a huge game was great. But then obviously the downside of it is it didn't go well, and then you come off gutted, and it's probably set the tone for my time at Rangers. It was pretty frustrating, to be honest.
Sorry, I just found another one as well from someone on our forum as well. His name's Nick, and he asks, who was the best player you played with at Cardiff City during your time there?
Yeah, it's difficult. We had a good few players there. Peter Whittingham's a very talented footballer. Jay Bothroyd, all ability in the world. But probably, Bellamy was there for my last year. I was there, and he was there, and he was pretty special, as a player. So I'd probably say Craig Bellamy.
Okay, thank you very much. That's it from me.
No problem.
I'll just jump in there if you don't mind, everyone. Just leading on from the question regarding Cardiff there. During your stint with Cardiff, you were there for 3 years. Arguably, that was probably your most injury-free and most consistent few years of your career. I just wanted to touch upon your international career. Do you think you deserve more international call-ups during that time? Because I'm a Championship fan, being a Middlesbrough fan, and I remember seeing, watching Cardiff week in, week out, watching the games, and I remember you being one of the most consistent midfielders in the league. And I always thought that you didn't get as many call-ups as perhaps you deserved, given your game week in, week out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've got 14 or 16 caps for Scotland, and obviously I totally appreciate everyone that I got. I'd love to have played more if I could have, but it just wasn't to be. And it's not. I don't think it's one of them things that you can gripe about. The national manager, he picked a team, and that's it. You can't really say much. But as I said, I'd love to have played more. And one regret I'll have in my career is not given a chance to score for Scotland. I've scored a few goals in my career, and if I'd managed to get one for Scotland, that would have been the pinnacle of my career without a doubt. And there's frustration there, but certainly no frustration of having the honour of representing my country on 14 occasions or whatever it was,
And just with regards to you're obviously a runner-up in the FA Cup final and Scottish Cup final.
Yeah.
Both, the big cup competitions in both countries. Which one do you regard highest? Which one do you hold dearest?
Good question. It's a difficult one because when I was at Dundee, and obviously got to the final with them originally, and I think it was 2002 or whatever it was. We were not a huge club. We were just a small club that had done really final, but just because I came through a couple of, bad injuries, and then to get back playing regular and to get a chance to play in a game like that, I'd probably say the FA Cup final, just feel because of injuries before that.
Thank you very much.
I got. I'm going to take you back to Cardiff. And after last week's result against Man City, do you think they've got a good chance of staying up this season?
I think they've got a chance. They're pretty much written off after that first week against West Ham. Which was quite early, I think, to be writing people off. But by all accounts, I spoke to big David Marshall. I'm still very close with him and Mark Hudson. Speaking about the game, they didn't play as well. So they were near what they could play, so they were all disappointed and disheartened a wee bit. But then they go in after Sunday's game, you go and beat Man City at home, what place rocking that. It's going to be a long season. I think if the whole form's okay, then I think they'll have a chance, and I think it'll be difficult for teams going to Cardiff because with the backing they've got, and they'll try and make that place a fortress and just pick up as many points as they can at home. I think they've definitely got a chance. If they're not, don't get me wrong, it'll be difficult, but obviously the Premiership is, so I hope they do. I really hope they do stay up.
Yeah, I think Mackay's made a good. He's bought a good spine to Steve Corker, Mandel, and Cornelius. And the other question was from a guy in work. He asked, who was the better finisher, Fowler or Hasselbank?
No contest, Fowler. Definitely. Jimmy, don't get me wrong, he was an excellent player as well, but Robbie, it was just like, it was so natural to him. You could just see he wasn't even like fully fit when he was in Cardiff. He had a bad hip injury, but when he was fit, you could just see like how easy he made it look, the finish, and I imagine him in his prime of his career, he'd have been awesome, and well, he was, and everyone regards him as that, so I'd definitely say Robbie.
He's an excellent player. And can I go back to the FA Cup final? What in the lead up to the game? What's it like? How's your day pan out?
It was. It's probably one of the only games I've actually been really nervous about just before the game. I don't really normally just like get in my head. It's just like a game. You go out and play football. And, it's nothing to worry about. In most games, I don't really get nervous at all. But that one, I was just thinking, wow. It's some occasion. The amount of people who were watching it on the TV, and at Wembley, it's a national final. In the stadium, it was jam packed, and a wee bit nervous before the game, and we were just in the hotel. But to be fair, the manager had tried to shield us as much as he could from all outside stuff. We just had a normal week leading up to the game, down to London on the night before. But it was really good, like all for Cardiff City to get there, all the stuff that came with it. We got the suits and stuff, and cup final series and all that. It was brilliant. It was a great occasion, but as like the morning, it wasn't just like a normal morning, to be honest. It was more like when we got to the stadium. It was a bit nerve-wracking.
Like an FA Cup final breakfast.
Yeah, it's done all about it. Pass it back to Paul if he's got any more questions.
I've probably just got one more really. If you were able to, when you look back on your career, what game really stands out to you as the most predominant game in your memory?
I've had a couple of good games I've been involved in, but I'd probably say either FA Cup final. I know, FA Cup semi-final. We played Barnsley, which wasn't obviously the most glamorous tie, but the fact after that game we won, knowing that we were coming back to Wembley again to play in the FA Cup final, that was a special moment. And I think the game was probably one of the best games I've played in my career, the semi-final. So I'd hold that one dear. But I'd probably say my first Scotland game I played at Hampden, and I got to play 90 minutes in that qualifier. I think we played Lithuania 1-2-0, and that was just awesome. Obviously all the Tartan Army there, and all my family was there, and getting the chance to represent my country for 90 minutes in a qualifier and win 2-0. It was awesome time for me, and I'd probably say that.
And just before we finish that, Chris pointed out to me earlier, I don't know if you've had a look at your Wikipedia page, Gavin, but it says that you won the World Cup in 1990, 1994 and 1998. Did we miss the 90s, or
I don't have my attitude, to be honest. I remember somebody telling me one time in the Wikipedia page I was going to Barcelona for 99 million. I think it's tongue-in-cheek stuff on that Wikipedia page, but no, I wish I'd been involved in that. That'd have been amazing.
Well, thanks very much for your time tonight, Gavin. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sure the other guys agree with me as well. I hope everything goes really well with the sports careers business that you've set up. The website looks really smooth and it looks quite easy to get in touch with you as well. So if anybody does want to get in touch, then we'll put the link underneath the article on our site.
Brilliant. That's great. That's magic. It's any help we can help people. We appreciate that help from yourself to promote it out there. And we love that. Thanks.
No, not a problem at all. As I say, pleasure to talk to you, and hopefully you'll come back on again in the future.
Yeah, no, definitely. Give me a shout whenever. Thanks so much.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time, Gavin.
Thank you.